Am I the for refusing to swap rooms with my sister just because she's pregnant? I, female 17, just recently found out that my sister 21 is pregnant, and after she told me, she said that she wants us to swap rooms because my room would be more convenient for her to have. The main reasons she wants to swap are because my room is downstairs and hers is upstairs, and she doesn't want to have to carry a baby up and down the stairs constantly, and she wants to easily be able to take the pram into her room. My room is also closer to the kitchen, has more storage space, and has an ensuite. Her room is literally bigger than mine, so I don't even know why she would want a smaller room, even though she's going to have more things to put in it. And although she doesn't have an ensuite, there's a bathroom right beside her room, so it's not like she has to walk a mile for a bathroom or anything. But the main reason I don't want to swap is because my room has just been freshly painted and had new flooring put in, so I don't want to just change rooms and have it basically been done for nothing. And I told her that, and she said it was selfish of me to not want to give her my room, which is hypocritical because I asked if I could swap rooms with her ages ago and she said no. But now that she wants mine, it's selfish of me to not give it to her. She started going on about how I have no idea how it's going to be for her and a bunch of other stuff to try and make me feel bad. But I basically told her I don't care how much she asked for it, I'm not swapping. Edit, because people were asking, yes, she pays rent and I didn't pay for my room being done, my parents did. Did you see that bottom bit last time?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, Michael, who do you think the arsehole is?
The pregnant girl.
Why do you think the pregnant girl is the arsehole?
Because the way I look at life is if I want someone to do something for me, I've probably got to do something for them, right? Especially with
Not
siblings.
necessarily. You're the first person who said to me,
no,
you don't
friends.
give to receive. You said you don't give to receive.
I don't give to receive, but I understand how people behave. Like, I know if I want a favor from somebody, I'm probably going to have to do something for them. That's just how people are. It's a give and take. Just because I'm not like that with you, because we're friends, doesn't mean that I don't understand how the world works. Now, I understand they're siblings. And up until the point where she brought up the hypocritical point, I would have been on the pregnant girl's side. But if someone asks you to do something and you say no, when it comes around to your turn, don't even bother asking. You have already said no. I'm going to meet you with the same energy. I've asked you to do something. Now, because your circumstances call for it, now you want me to do it. No, go fuck yourself. I don't care if you're pregnant. I'll have that same energy for anyone. If I ask you to do something and you say no, don't ask me to do it. It's that simple. Now, usually, if it was a pregnant woman, I would say, yeah, okay, give her the room because she's pregnant or whatever. But I also know how big of, there's not enough context in this. We don't know why the 17-year-old girl asked the big sister for her room. And we don't know in what manner the older sister turned her down. But imagining how siblings are and how vindictive and petty siblings can be, I can imagine the older sister being a typical older sister. I'm an older brother, so I understand. I've been petty before. And now it's come around to her turn. She wants the room. Maybe her circumstances are more extenuating. Maybe they call for it more. But you turned me down, so don't ask me for a favor. So she's the arsehole. Get your head out of your ass.
So her head's in her ass.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Yeah, Sabi, if you came up to me and said, Mike, I need you to do X, Y, and Z, I'll probably say yes. And if I come up to you and you say no, I'll remember. I'll never forget.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
So if I ask you to do something and you say no to me, don't come and ask me afterwards.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Right. Here's my take on it. I think the younger sister is the arsehole in this situation. Now, I can understand she's asked her sister to swap bedrooms before her sister said no. Now the roles are reversed. Karma's a bitch, practically. Mm-hmm. However...
I told you about that.
I'm sorry. See, it's just... I'm sorry. Right. I know and understand that we don't know the full context of what happened before. However, if it was really bad or anything, the younger sister probably would have put it in there to try and make herself look better, and she hasn't. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I think circumstance is everything. So for the fact that the girl is pregnant, I think all other feelings and emotions of you did this petty behavior should be pushed aside, and you should put your sister first. For example, she's pregnant. all of the things she listed is so relevant about having to carry a baby up and down the stairs, a pram. Think about the noise when everyone's trying to sleep at night and she's got a crying baby. She's better off being downstairs. She's better off being next to the kitchen where she's going to have to keep getting up during the night to get the baby milk. I don't understand how a sister who's younger than her is being so immature and disrespectful to say, I'm not swapping with you because you didn't swap with me when I felt like it. Like this, the pregnant girl, like she said, pays rent, and the younger sister, granted, she's had her room newly decorated, but she didn't pay for it. So it's not like she's at a loss expense-wise. She's just being a spoiled brat, and I think there's absolutely zero respect. Your sister's pregnant. Come off your high horse. Okay, push your own petty feelings aside and give your sister the bedroom. You're the arsehole.
No, let me counter that. In my day-to-day, I hold my hand out to people a lot. Even when you got sick and you messaged me, I said, is there anything I can do? Can I bring you anything, right? Yep. I remember all of those encounters. I don't do it because I necessarily want something back from you. But if I reach out to you afterwards and say, look, I don't really reach out to people and ask people for anything. But if I do and you reject me, I'm going to remember. Now, if I have asked you to do something for me and you said, Mike, I'm not doing that. And I say, all right, cool, no problem. And then you reach out and ask me, I'm going to say, no, I don't care what your situation is. You could have no leg. You could have no leg and you have to hop up the stairs. You said no to me.
It's I understand. Petty if you ask me, that's your family.
I don't care. I understand that if I give to people, they will be willing to give to me. They will be, do you know what, Mike? I don't mind helping you. Well, this is my world. I understand that you have helped me, and so of course I'm going to help you. But somebody that is unwilling to help, why would you help them? I don't care what your situation is. I don't care if you come back from a war. Don't ask me for shit.
Okay, I think context is everything. I think there's certain situations where someone's been an outright see you next Tuesday to you and didn't want to help you unnecessarily. I can understand that, but this is not one of them situations. This is two sisters in a house. One's asked to swap bedrooms. Just because she didn't get her own way and she said no, she's now going to make her pregnant sister suffer. Do you know what she's doing here? She's putting her sister essentially and the new baby in harm's way, all because she's all out of principle and being petty. You didn't let me have your room when there was no valid reason for me wanting your room.
Do you know what? I think that you're applying your sisterhood with your own sister.
No, forget about that. Forget about that, because if my sister said no to me, I'd be pissed off as well. Well, I'd think she was the arsehole in this situation.
You already know that I have a sibling that I will say no to, and I have valid grounds to say no to every single time, no matter what. But if her sister, her older sister, because there's not enough context in this from either side. So let's say that it's neutral ground. I would still say you ain't getting my room because you said no to me. However, I understand that siblings' relationships can be a bit fringed. If they have the same relationship that I have with one of my siblings, the answer is no. It doesn't matter if you've lost teeth. I don't give a shit.
If your sibling was out on the street,
stay.
If your sibling was out on the street, your sibling who is your blood, who is your family that you love and care about, was out on the street and you saw someone beating them up, are you not going to go over and help your sibling?
Yeah, I'll help them.
Yes, you'll help them because they're your sibling and you care about them regardless of any petty little arguments you may have. So your sibling is pregnant and is in need of a downstairs bedroom for convenience. And you're saying no, all because your older sister, who doesn't have to bow down to you, I grew up on respect your elders, said no, we can't swap bedrooms.
I think having someone the shit kicked out of them potentially dying is a bit of an extreme.
No. The reason why I use that is to show that no matter what small arguments you have with your siblings on the side or whatever disagreements you've had, you love and care and protect them always. So your sibling being pregnant and having a baby that's going to be your niece or nephew, you want to care and protect them. You don't want to just be petty and make them suffer and make the kids suffer now, all because they didn't swap bedrooms with you when there was no real valid reason.
You live in a world where your sibling, you guys for the most part get on. I don't live in that world, so I'm looking at the other side. I have plenty of valid reasons. If my sibling was not a boy and it was a girl, and I applied that, I have plenty of valid reasons to say no, go
so
fuck yourself.
So then why are you going to put back your sibling on getting beaten up on the street then if you really don't care about them that much?
Because they could potentially die, and that's going to be on me.
She could drop with the baby in her hand.
She's not got the baby now, she's pregnant.
Okay, she could fall down the stairs and lose the baby, now what?
It's a bit different to walking down the road and seeing your sibling getting the shit kicked out of them.
But if she slips down that stairs and loses that baby, that's on your head. All because you didn't
No,
want to
that's not
swap
on my head.
rooms, or because
There's other
or
rooms
she's
upstairs.
carrying the
Mum
baby
can
up
swap.
and down, carrying the baby up and down.
Am I the only room upstairs?
Yeah, the mum probably can, but forget about yourself for a second and your family household. We're looking at their family household. She hasn't said, "Oh, we don't get along. My sister's a bitch to me all the time." She hasn't said any of
She
that.
said she didn't give her room.
Okay, that's so fucking what? She doesn't have to. She's
Maybe
the
there
older
was a
sister.
reason.
She's the older sister. She does not have to swap rooms. Maybe if the younger sister was pregnant, maybe the older sister would. Maybe she wouldn't. I don't know. But I'm just saying, she hasn't listed a real reason in this as to why she wanted that room and why the sister said no. So I'm going off of what's been said here. And I just think it's very, very petty comparing, oh, she didn't swap rooms with me, to she's pregnant and she needs this for convenience. But because she, didn't give me the bedroom, now I'm going to be an asshole.
I'm not obligated to help people that don't do things for me. That's the
You
way I
don't
look
even
at it.
pay rent. She does. And she can't even have the choice of room she wants.
Yeah, but me as the 17-year-old not paying
You're
rent.
a fucking kid.
Yeah,
Why
okay.
do you get to make these decisions? These parents need to step in.
Well, the fact of the matter is the parents didn't step in, and that's why she's writing the post.
Yeah, and she is the asshole.
In your
She's
opinion,
got a lot to learn. She needs
in your
to grow
opinion,
up.
I don't carry that train of thought. I believe that if you ask someone to do something for you, and they say no, they should not even come and ask you for anything. She should have gone to her mum and said, "Mum, can I have your
It's
room?"
a bit okay. If, for example, okay, what would your opinion be on this? Let's say these two sisters, one day the 17-year-old said, "Hey sis, I really need £70 to go get my nails done. I can't afford it. Please, can you just give me £70? Not to pay you back, I just want £70. Please, just pay for me to get my nails done." And the sister says no. Yeah. Then the roles are reversed now, and the pregnant one goes, "Oh, I really need some money to buy some nappies for the baby. I have no money. Can you please give me £15 to go buy nappies for the baby?" And the younger sister says, "No, because you didn't give me £70 to get my nails done." Would you still think the pregnant one's the arsehole because she didn't give £70 to get her nails done and she now needs money for nappies?
I wouldn't think she's an arsehole. I would think she's a donut, though. Because I understand how the world works. If you reject people, however petty it might be, I understand nails is petty, but if you reject people, they will reject you. So what I do is when I say no to people, I don't ask that person for nothing. I could be on the road spitting up blood. I'm not calling that person. I've already rejected them. So to me, those people are donuts. You don't reject someone, no matter how petty it might be in your world, and then ask them for a favor, sibling or otherwise. That's the way I see it.
I just think that family should always have each other's backs, and I think you should also be logical and realistic when doing certain things. The same way you may not
Family
get
don't
along with
always
your
work like that.
siblings, but you will protect them if they were getting beaten up, is the same way you may have had a disagreement with your older sister who didn't need to give you her bedroom, but you should want for the health and safety of her and her child to swap rooms.
I think it's
Go
easy
have the
to
bigger
say
room.
that.
You wanted it originally.
I think it's easy to say all that when you've lived your life. But if you lived my life growing up, you wouldn't be saying that. I can tell you that 100%.
But this isn't your life. This is someone
No,
else's
you
life.
said siblings should have each other's backs. That's not how the world works.
Okay, yeah,
Some
I get it.
siblings
Some
kill each
people
other.
hate each other. Yeah, so then don't back your sibling if you see them getting beaten up outside. Then you either
No.
like them or you don't.
No, the way my train of thought with that is that if your mum still loves your son, right? So there's certain things where I'll say, "No, mum, I'm not doing that. It's none of my business. Deal with it yourself." Or if they're getting shanked or punched up, I'll protect them. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'll take him home and be like, "Mum, there's your son, hospital." I'm not going to leave him there to die.
Let me ask you a question then. So you do that because your mum loves her son.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
I have just pointed out there's certain things I'll say no to.
Okay. Fine. So let's say you've refused to give your bedroom now.
Mm-hmm.
So your mum says, well, the mum's upstairs anyway, so it's irrelevant. But let's say there was 2 bedrooms downstairs, yeah, and the mum was downstairs. And the mum said, "Don't worry, I'll give you my bedroom." Sorry. I'll give you my bedroom. Your mum has now got to go upstairs. Your mum's, like, not really in a fit shape to go upstairs, which is why she's downstairs.
Then I'll pick my mum. I'll do it for my mum. But she hasn't mentioned the mum in that.
I'm not finished. Let's say you've said no to your sibling So your mum swaps with the sibling.
Mm-hmm.
You're now going to let your mum swap with your sibling and send your mum upstairs, all because of principle you didn't want to give it to the pregnant sister.
No,
So now your mum's suffering for that reason.
I just said no.
So what, you're going to let your pregnant sibling go into your mum's room and then make your mum move into your room and then you go upstairs?
No, I would do it if I'll do
No,
it
no,
from
no,
the
you're
base.
not understanding my question.
What is your question?
So you're saying you would protect your sibling because your mum cares about them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've said no to your pregnant sibling. Now your mum is sacrificing, and now you're making your mum suffer, all because you was too stubborn to give your room to your pregnant sibling.
What I'm saying to you is that wouldn't happen, because if my mum had issues walking up and downstairs, then I would just give the room to my sibling. As much as I might hate them, I'll give it to my sibling. I'll choose my mum over them.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
I'm just checking
It's my
that all
mum.
of your stuff's adding up.
Yeah. I have a train of thought when it comes to people. I don't have a singular train of thought like, oh, you didn't give them the room, so you might as well leave them to die. That's ludicrous to me. There's one's an extreme and one's are like, no,
No. It's
yourself.
the principle of you either care about your sibling or you don't.
No, you can
And
care
if you
about people
care
to an extent.
If you care about them enough to not want anything bad to happen to them, then you would be logical enough as a decent human being to give a pregnant person a convenient bedroom. You would get up for a random pregnant lady on the tube, but you won't swap with your flesh and blood in the house with letting them be downstairs because they're pregnant.
Yeah,
that's wild to me. That's bizarre.
You don't either care about your sibling or you don't. It's the same goes for every single person you come into contact with. You care about your mum probably more than anybody else.
Yeah, but
you care about other people.
Yeah,
just maybe not as much as your mum. So it's not I don't care about this person or whatever. It's I care about them to an extent. Like if they're homeless on the street, I'll give them a place to stay. I don't necessarily want to be in contact with them. I don't care about you that much. I don't want to be your friend, but I don't want you to die on the road either.
Okay, but if any of my family or friends or anyone that I care about was in that situation where they needed a room because they're pregnant, I would do it.
Yeah, that's good for you, but that's not everybody else. I wouldn't do it. Okay. And I have good reason to not do it. Okay. You have good reason to do it. I still
think the 17-year-old is an asshole, regardless of your family affairs. The 17-year-old in this situation is being an asshole. And I don't think it's because of the same situations as to why you would do it. I think she's generally just being one of them young TikTok generation girls. I just newly decorated my bedroom. You didn't give me yours, so why the fuck should I? That's the way I look at it. It's spoiled brat behaviour. I don't like it. I think she's an asshole, and I think she should have more respect for her older sister.
Well, there's no context. So the only thing that I'm going on is if you ask someone for a favor, if they ask you for a favor and you say no, don't ask them. That's what I'm going on, because there's no context. And that's the way I live my life.
There was enough context.
There's not enough context for me, so that's what I'm going on. So I would say not only is she an arsehole, she is a donut as well. Like, wake up. Maybe that'll be a wake up call.
I think the 17-year-old is an immature, entitled a-hole. But anyway, let us know in the comments who you think is the arsehole in this situation. The 17-year-old girl or the sister who is pregnant and is in need of a downstairs bedroom.